Welcome to Sinful's Horror Stories. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe now for future content. Tonight's video features truly terrifying stories sent in from viewers like you. If you want your story to be featured on an upcoming video, please email it to thesinfulsavant@gmail.com. I will leave a link to my email in the description box below as well. Sit back, relax, stay sinful. For context, I'm a 26-year-old male and have a larger build. I'm not fat but also not muscular, just have a bigger look to me. I've lived an unusual life and have been through many iffy situations with people, so I'm not frightened easily by odd or wacky encounters. I also can defend myself pretty well in a fight. I live in a city with a pretty large crime rate and work on a sketchy side of town. While not the most crime-filled, it is still sketchy and you get shady people once in a while. I am also a fan of the dark life, so I love walking at night and do not really get scared. I work a second shift job, and it is my duty as one of the supervisors to lock the gates after the sun goes down and all the day shift people are gone. Our work is enclosed with a fence that has a barbed wire on top. Just a few days ago, I was walking to close the gate. I was coming from the far side of the parking lot after throwing something away in the dumpster. As I was walking to the gate, I could see a strange man on a bike. It is dark and cold out this time of year at 8 p.m., so I found it odd to see a man that was at least 30 to 40 riding a bike, but I carried on as it could be just a man going to work or leaving work who doesn't have a car. As I continue to walk, I see he is now doing circles on the road at the end of the little driveway that leads to the fence. Now my guard is up, as this is strange to me. As I reach the fence, he has now set down the bike and is looking at me and walking towards me. He is shaking like I have seen many people on drugs do before. I'm still not super worried, as like I said, I have dealt with many shady people before. I close one side of the gate quickly and rush to the other, swinging it closed. The gate is locked by a chain and a padlock, so I grab both sides of the chain. Before I can get the padlock in though, the man sticks his hand through the fence and grabs me by the shirt. At this point I yell, "Get off of me before I beat your ass." As it was, I was holding the fence closed with the chains while he grabbed me and yelled, "I'll fucking kill you." The only thing going through my mind was how I was going to get the upper hand on this dude, and if I should fight him or wrap the damn chain around his neck. I was fortunate, and a police officer just turned down the block as this was going down, and he flipped his lights on and quickly took the man down and handcuffed him. While the man was in his car, he questioned me and got a statement, and I was on my way. So to the druggie who wanted to kill me, even though I know I'll run into more one way or another, let's not meet again. A few years ago, I entered the University of Louisiana to start my medical studies. I had just arrived in the city and even in the country. I was very excited to start my year, to discover the university, to meet new people. Everything was going great until the end of the third week. Friday night around 9 p.m., I leave the library, say goodbye to my friends and start my way home. The pace of work was already very intense, so we had been working all day and I was in a rush to get home. It was my favorite part of the day because I put on my music, take the subway, and then the train. It gives me a chance to rest. Anyway, that night it was cold, so there was no one left outside. It takes me about 7 minutes to walk from the library to the subway. I'm walking quietly with my music in my ears when all of a sudden I get a shiver that runs through my body from head to toe. I start to feel uncomfortable, as if someone was watching me, and at that point, I pause my music and decide to turn around to check in case the person is trying to be really inconspicuous, and if I notice them, something might happen. I don't want to run either, because I'm not sure if I can run faster, and I don't know where to go. At this point, we pass a glass building, so I decide to look inside and pretend I'm fixing my hair. I quickly glance in the corner of my eye, and my blood runs cold. There's definitely someone walking a few feet behind me in a hoodie. I try to reassure myself that he has just finished work, that he's going home, that he is cold, and that is why he is wearing his hoodie, but I didn't see a backpack, and there are no houses for civilians around. I decide to send a message to my mother saying, "Come and get me in front of insert the name of the building. Please, I really don't feel it." It is important to know that the university is 30 minutes by car from my house. At this moment, I don't find any other solution, and I decide to take refuge in a building while waiting for my mom to come and get me. As I was about to go back, I opened the door, took off my helmet, and went down the stairs to find a hiding place. We entered by the 3rd floor. I thought I was out of trouble, when suddenly I hear the door I came in through open. This time I'm sure he is after me, but since I'm new, I don't know this building and where it leads. I run upstairs at full speed, and I hear behind me the footsteps of this guy running down the stairs at full speed. I run without looking back, being sure that he is running faster than me and that he will catch up with me. I don't even know where I'm going, but I pray that I don't fall into a dead end. Looking back, I even think that it was really like in The Shining with the labyrinth scene. I didn't know how far ahead of him I was, so I opened a window in the hallway to make it look like I was out of there and opened a door a little further down. It was a huge auditorium in the dark. I went down the stairs and hid under a desk in the middle right and put my phone on silent. My mom had been texting me a lot asking me what was going on and saying she was on her way with my dad. I texted her, "I'm in insert building. He's looking for me. Please come quickly." I hid under the desk thinking I was screwed. My hiding place sucked and he was going to find me any second. Then I heard a thud and a huge scream, and I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life as when I heard that scream. For 15 minutes my mother was sending me messages telling me to hang on, and at the end of those 15 long minutes, waiting for him to find me, I finally got the message from my mom where she says she is with the police. They're going to enter the building, and they need to know where I am. I just tell them I'm on the 2nd floor because I had no idea what room I was in or which way I was going. After 2 minutes, I hear the door of the auditorium, and it was the police that came to get me. Once I got out, they took my statement and said they would check with the university management. The next day, they contacted us and said that they saw on the surveillance cameras that there was indeed someone who had followed me when I entered the building, but there were no cameras inside. You can't see the guy's face, and therefore you don't know who it is. They just said that the security was going to do patrols at night and advised me to have someone with me when I went out at that time. We never heard about it again, and that's good. I'm a fighter/EMT, so it's pretty normal to find a dead body, but one will always stay with me. There was this middle-aged guy who lived in his van out in a parking lot somewhat out of town. He never bothered anybody, so the police just let him stay there. It was around the middle of July in Arizona, so about 105 to 110 degree heat, and we got a call to go check on him. Nobody had seen him for a while, and somebody had complained about a foul odor coming from his van. We all knew what we were going to find, but nothing could prepare us for what we actually came across. I opened the back door to his van, and a cloud of flies flew out so thick you can't see through it. I was immediately punched in the face by the stench of death, and when the flies cleared out, we finally got a look at what was in there. The guy had been dead for at least 2 weeks, and his cats had survived by eating the fleshier parts of his body. I've seen my fair share of dead bodies, but something about a guy who had been in a van for 2 weeks in an Arizona summer heat, with cats eating his body, that just sticks with you. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe for future content. Email all of your true scary stories to thesinfulsavant@gmail.com. My email is in the description box below as well. I need stories, so stop being shy. Send them now. Until we meet again, stay sinful.